What's going on, everybody? It is game day morning. We're about 4 hours away from kickoff here, and we got a couple of last minute game notes to go over. Nothing too radically interesting, but some news regardless. And it is potentially impactful. It's not out of the question that this stuff ends up impacting the game. Let's start with the Seahawks side of stuff. We have practice squad elevations. One is Jaren Hall, and we know Gino is not 100%. We know that the knee is a factor here. So if Gino goes down and then Sam Howell goes down, there will be a need for a third quarterback. And normally you wouldn't worry about that too much, but in a game like this, where you're playing the Vikings' elite defense and their dangerous pass rush, and you know your quarterback is starting things off from a disadvantageous position, you have to be aware of the possibility. So makes sense. But man, if it comes to that, if it comes to Sam Howell or Jaren Hall trying to play quarterback later today, um, well, it's going to be tough to watch. We might watch it because what else are we going to watch? But man, I'm really hoping it doesn't come to that. And Artie Burns also got elevated from the practice squad, which I like. That tells me that this whole thing was pretty well planned out. I was really confused when they released Artie Burns immediately after Reek Woolen played one of the worst games of his career. And now we have him back, and he's also potentially available for playing today. And honestly, the way Woolen played last week, I would not particularly mind it if Artie Burns just plain started over him. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, but the option is now available to us. And you've also got maybe Trey Brown. Now, Trey Brown invites his own problems. I understand that. He's not a good tackler. He hasn't played that well this year, but there are options now. Last week, there really weren't options. And if I see the same lack of effort from Reek Woolen today that I saw last week, then I'm going to be looking at guys like Artie Burns very quickly. Also placed Travis Gibson on injured reserve. Most people probably forgot he was on this team, so I'm not going to really have to think about that anymore. And we weren't really thinking about it in the first place, so not much to say there. A bad trade by John. He made successful trades this year in the Ernest Jones trade. That was a very good trade, but there's been some duds as well, and Travis Gibson is certainly one of them. So that's the Seahawks side. Vikings, real quick, nothing of note really. They're elevating a tight end and a safety. The safety makes sense because they don't yet know if they're going to have Harrison Smith. He may miss this game. We'll find out. And the Nick Muse, whatever. So that probably means nothing. But Bobby McCain getting elevated, that could be insurance for Smith. We'll find out about Smith probably a little later today. Maybe I'll make a video about that if he gets declared inactive. But that's it for now. See you guys later. Go Hawks. Let's see what they got. I'm not going to say this is the last chance, but you are putting yourself in a really bad spot if you don't come through, period. All right. Everyone have a good day.